Everybody knows about the Sandusky story now in Penn State, and that's the coach who was apparently showering with the kids. He says he just touched their legs and loved to hug them while they were naked and maybe roll around on the ground. It's just disgusting to even say. That's his defense, by the way. That's not the charges against him. That's what he says. That's why he's innocent. The charges against him are from several different sources. There's 8 kids involved, but one of the witnesses is Mike McQuarrie, who was also an assistant coach at Penn State, and he said he saw him sodomizing a 10-year-old boy. Now, McQuarrie has been maligned because the initial reports in the grand jury report was that he just went and told Paterno and some of the other officials at Penn State, but didn't go to the police and actually ran away from the scene. Now, he has released emails he wrote at the time, or his friends have released it, obviously on his behalf, that he wrote at the time saying, oh, I stopped it. He said, I didn't physically stop it, but I somehow kind of stopped it at that time. And so this is defense. But what I found interesting in the new round of stories is the role of Governor Tom Corbett, because there's all this documentation on who told what when, right? And it really picks up tremendous steam in 2009 when one of the mothers of one of the victims comes forward and says, this guy has molested my son, right? So then it goes from the local level to the state level, and a guy by the name of Tom Corbett, who is the Attorney General, winds up taking the case. Now, Tom Corbett, for those of you in Pennsylvania, you know, is now the governor of Pennsylvania. But as it had that momentum, what did Tom Corbett decide to do? Whoa, take it easy, take it easy. Tom Corbett only put 1 trooper on the case, and it dragged on for 2 years with almost no action. Why do we even hear about it today? Well, we hear about it today because the new Attorney General, after Corbett became the governor, put 7 troopers on the case. And what happened? All of a sudden, the case started to resolve itself, go to the grand jury, it blew up, and everybody knew about it because they were actually working on the case. And then Governor Tom Corbett has the audacity to say about McQuarrie, the guy who did the initial report, that he met the minimum obligation, but did not meet a moral obligation that all of us would have. How about you, Governor Corbett? How about your obligation to investigate a guy who apparently, according to the charges, was a serial child rapist? And you put 1 trooper on it, and that case didn't go anywhere until you were replaced. Why did Governor Corbett do that? We don't know. But he certainly has no business talking about moral obligations.